Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Spirit Guide message reading for you. Now, this reading is undated because I believe that whenever you come across it is the exact right time that your Spirit Guide wants you to hear what they are saying. If this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive right in and see what Spirit has to say. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be moving your Spirit Guide animal cards over to the side. These will be layered on top of the tarot cards, and it gives such a beautiful insight, such beautiful understanding to Spirit and to Spirit's message. I'm going to be shuffling your Botanical Oracle cards, moving the chakra cards and the tarot cards up just for a moment. And all these cards are located in the description box below, so if you like any of the decks that I'm using, they're right there. You can easily find them. Alright, so let's see now. Cancer. Spirit Guide's message for 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 Cancer. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Okay, fantastic. Right, we have ritual and abundance. Right? The ritual of abundance is going to be something that is going to be very important to you, kind of setting into your subconscious mind this sense of prosperity, this sense of bounty, leading you forward. And let's see what your chakra cards have to say. Spirit Guide message for Cancer. Spirit Guide message for Cancer. Spirit Guide's 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 message for Cancer. Show me clearly. Ooh, this one. Definitely wanted to be heard. Psychic development. Ooh, that's really pretty. And this one right here. And this is I am presence. Oh, wow. Okay, so your Spirit Guide is right there with you, and you are going to be feeling this a lot within the time frame of this reading. At this moment, there is something more that you are striving for. Ritual is going to be very important to you. It's a sense of getting into your headspace with Spirit, getting into this headspace of prosperity, abundance, bounty, beauty that Spirit wants you to be developing, because abundance is coming your way. And the abundance isn't just, financial abundance, though it could be, but it's something that you value as much as money. And for some of you, this is very much heading towards a new stage, a new phase in life, a new way of looking at things. Actually, all of you are heading towards a new way of looking at things. But for some of you, you're going to be taking it further. Right? It depends on where you are in your personal development on this earthly plane. And some of you are going to be just simply embracing that you know more than you think you do. And that's going to be something that is highly empowering for you. Cancer. Spirit Guide message for Cancer. Spirit Guide's 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 message for Cancer. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. All right. At the center of everything, we have the Moon card. Now, this is a Pisces energy, a time frame February 19th to March 20th. You are crowned by the Three of Cups. You then have the Five of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. So the repeat of the number 5 shows freedom. The Chariot, this is you in the major arcana. You are represented by the Chariot. You are represented by the Cups in the minor arcana. So the essence of you is really at the root of all of this. Then we have the King of Pentacles, an earth sign energy, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. You're really going to see things start to move, start to change. You have another 5, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Wands, And the Hanged Man, absolutely seeing things differently from everyone else. This is at the essence of you during this time, which can have you really doubting things. But with your chakra energy that's coming up, the fact that you're not seeing things the way everybody else is seeing things is absolutely a no-brainer, because you have here psychic development, and this is part of the third eye chakra, right? You have this being kind of, it's as if your third eye is opening. So your third eye is opening, you're seeing more, your intuition is higher, there's more of a sense of what you want, what you're going after, where you're headed is coming your way. So the doors to operating on a higher plane are being opened to you, Cancer. And it depends on where you are. As Spirit stated before, where you are in your development depends how far you'll be walking through these doors and how much you will be embracing this experience. For some, it can be very overwhelming. So you might find yourself kind of pulling back from things, being more introverted. Even if you are a very introverted person already, this can be a time where you are even more so, where you just like to sit in quiet. And you might sit there and be like, why do I like to sit in quiet? Why am I listening to music that really invokes powerful emotions in me that can, you're tongue-tied? Okay, there we go. You can be listening to music that makes you want to cry, that makes you feel very emotional, all right? In a sorrowful sense, or reading books or watching movies. It doesn't matter what form of media. But Spirit is saying you're going to be more drawn towards things that invoke very strong emotions in you, and it's not going to be violent emotions. You're going to actually feel rather upset with yourself, rather disturbed with yourself. When you feel a lot of anger towards something, you're going to have the tendency to want to bury it deep. Don't do that to yourself. Let it out. Don't, let your rage out in a way that is harmful to anybody, but scream into a pillow, go for a run. Let yourself feel this anger, this sense of frustration, because once you feel it, once you kind of look it dead in the eyes, you're going to see that you move not past it, because it will always be a part of you. Our emotional development is always a part of us, but you will be moving past what has held you back in the past. So with opening up your third eye chakra, healing your third eye chakra, visualize the indigo energy around your third eye. Visualize it being crystal clear. Visualize it being, absolutely just the most gorgeous thing you have ever seen. Now, you can also listen to chakra cleanses on YouTube and all of that. But if you just visualize that energy being really clear and saying, I am, tuned in. I am seeing more than just what's in front of my eyes. You're going to find yourself very empowered, because your next step here is the I am presence. The I am presence, here's the crown chakra, which is represented in these cards as white. The crown chakra is saying here that the I am presence, your mind, is operating on a higher level. The I am presence is you're connected with your spirit guide. You're connected with divinity. If you see here the woman's face in the clouds, in the sky, and, all the color all around as she looks down at the earth, you are looking at things so much more, and you may be very well stepping back and looking at things from a higher vantage point, embracing the I am, embracing the fact that you see with divinity at moments, which can be overwhelming. You can have this happen a lot in your dreams, a lot in quiet moments, in meditation, in moments when you're really connecting with your emotions. So these two really are walking hand in hand with you. This can be very much overwhelming. You might feel kind of like an out-of-body experience where you feel as if you've risen above your consciousness. It will be only for a moment. It can be only for a moment. But Spirit is saying, that's the time where you are the most connected with me, even if you feel like, this is nonsense. Even if you feel like, oh no, I'm not really connected to where I want to be or where I am going. The fact of the matter is you are. And even when you are at moments or embracing moments where you just feel frustrated with yourself and you're letting that emotion out, don't think that that's putting you back. It's actually setting you forward in a very positive way, because you are a water sign, Cancer. You are all about the nourishment of this earth. You are all about the nourishment of your emotional self. And this will lead you to rituals. This will lead you to a sense of needing a grounded stability around you. The rituals of the elderberry is also a sense of a healing power. It's going to be a sense of grounding yourself, centering yourself during this time, because you are connecting so deeply with Spirit, but also finding that spiritual connection to be overwhelming. It can become a bit much for you. So here, if you have rituals, if you have things that you do, especially to calm you, to center you, if it's like every night I have a cup of tea before I go to bed. It's something that calms me. It's something that centers me. I might watch TV, I might not, but it is something that I very much enjoy. And so I would highly suggest a ritual like that, because I keep on seeing a steaming cup of tea, which for me is my ritual to be calm, to be centered. And that's what I'm seeing here with you. A ritual to be calm, to be centered, to be secure within yourself, which leads you to abundance. The hollyhook is saying here, you are embracing an abundance of self. You are embracing an abundance of what you desire, of spirit, of soul, which is going to help you move forward into prosperity, into what you want to manifest on this earthly plane, into looking at things and saying, wow, you know what, I was heading in the wrong direction. Because for some of you Cancers, you are really going to see that you are heading in the wrong direction, and this is going to veer your course. This is going to sit there and be like, wow, do I want to be doing this for the rest of my life? Do I want to be feeling this for the rest of my life? And it doesn't mean that any one emotion stays with you forever. It does mean that it feels right now like it is going to stay with you forever. So you might think, oh, I'm just being dramatic. I'm being, too much. No, you're not being too much. You're being honest with yourself. When you let yourself have emotional honesty, when you're really connected with your heart, you might not know how to change it, but you know what you're feeling. And that is a brilliant place to be, because I personally believe that we are all emotional beings. If we come from a place of our emotional truth, our heart, what we're feeling, that's the first way to know, how we're going to be set off. How we're going to react to things. By listening to your heart, you might sit there and say, oh wow, this makes me feel anxious or overwhelmed, or, I don't know why, but I'm in a bad mood. You will feel it within your heart first. You will feel an energy change around you. And this is what the moon is saying here. The moon card is saying you are starting to embrace fears. You are starting to look at things that once held you back. And now you're saying, oh my gosh, I know what I want. I know what I desire. And as you embrace this, as you look at this, you are going to see that a new truth comes to you, that you are embracing the sun and the moon, but you're embracing the nourishment of life and the serenity of death. But it's not death. I don't want you to get scared and be like, oh my gosh, Dane, what the heck are you talking about? It's like the nourishment of a harvest and the serenity of the seeds being planted and having to wait for them to grow, which you might not say is a peaceful time, but I mean, the work is done. Now it's time for it to develop on its own. And that's what you're seeing here with the moon card. With the moon card, with the strong Pisces energy leading you forward, you are going to find yourself in battle with your fears. You're going to find yourself looking at what you desire emotionally, personally, and thinking, okay, I can change this. Because you have here the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is saying, oh no, you can't. The Seven of Wands is saying you will meet with opposition. You will have people who will not understand, and it's a waste of your energy. It is a waste of the powerful you that you are walking into to sit there and want to fight each and every one of them, or want to get them to understand you, because they're not going to, and that's just plain. That's just plain here within the cards. The essence of you is moving forward in power, in creativity, in prospect of self, and you see things differently from everybody else. So they're not going to be, the opposers here are not going to be able to see the power that you bring, and it's almost here like the sun, or the crescent of the moon, however you want to see it, starts to bring this passion into your life. But it is the passion of the solar plexus. It's the passion of your personal power, your inner strength, your mastery, your courage, your freedom, your abundance of self, your free will. So what you're seeing here is that you are astoundingly powerful. What you're seeing here is that your truth is absolutely undeniable. And as you move forward in this truth, as you move forward in this power, what will come up is the disappointments, the people that you have trusted and they failed you. That's how I read the Three of Cups. It's like that person or that parent. Your parents are supposed to love you, right? Well, sometimes they might love you, but they might have a terrible way to show it, and sometimes they might not have. They might be like, you know what, I didn't really like you. And they might say that to you, which is beyond the realms of rude. So here with the Three of Cups, it's the disappointments that you've had. And it's the disappointments that have shaped you, where you sit there and you're like, wow, why does this keep coming up? Why do I keep meeting people like this? Because it's part of our emotional trauma. It can become part of almost our DNA, where we sit there and we've inherited pains from our family, from our ancestral line, okay? Because those pains can become so traumatic that it can change the course of a person. It can change their body, their mind, themselves. And we pass that on. And also it can come from past lives. Now, if you don't believe in past lives, then just go with the ancestral one. But past lives, I do believe in the reincarnation of the soul, the reincarnation of the self and the person. So here, there is the sense that you carry so much more with you as you walk forward than you have ever expected. And as you realize that you carry this weight, what you see here is that the people who give you the most trauma within your life are the people who repeat these patterns. And the people who repeat these patterns, you sit there and you give them credence. Why? Because they've spoken to you throughout the generations of your family line, throughout your past lives, throughout, your development of self. And now, here's the time where you say, you know what? Your voice does not get to overshadow mine. My truth, my power is what stands tall within this world. Because with the Five of Cups, you're changing your mind and you're changing your whole entire gosh darn life. And with the cups, they represent emotion. You are a water sign energy, Cancer. You are emotion. You are all emotion. And at your heart is a Pisces, which is, one could argue even more emotion coming forward, or coupled with this, it's a profound emotion coming forward. And now you're changing your mind, you're changing your whole entire life. You're changing the way that you look at things. You're changing the impact that people's negativity has. Because their negativity, it might be upsetting, it might be overwhelming, but it is not going to be as devastating as it once was. Because you're stepping into your power, your truth. And you're sitting there and you're saying, this is me. This is who I am. And to err is to be human. To make mistakes, yeah, well, everybody does. You will always regret what you have decided at one point in another. Even if it is the best decision that you have ever made in your whole entire life. And if you were in your right mind, you would not have, cursed it out. But in a moment of frustration, in a moment of being overwhelmed, you will sit there and you will get angry at everything. And with the Five of Cups, you know this about yourself. You embrace this truth and say, okay, I get it. I don't like it. I don't want it. But I'm changing my perception. Because Spirit is saying now, you're looking at things through the eyes of power, through the eyes of what you desire and where it is that you need to be, and the sense of leaving behind into having to fight people to understand. And as you leave this behind, what you see here is not only, you have three fives. 3 is a divine number, right? And 5 is a number of freedom. So with 3 5s, you sit there and you embrace your freedom. With 2 7s, right? 7 is a number of truth. 7 is also a number of deeper knowledge, deeper wisdom, mysticism. So you're going to be very drawn to the spiritual because Spirit is leading you tremendously during this time. It's actually unnerving how much Spirit is saying, okay, I have you by the hand. Walk with me. Walk with me. I will be talking. I will be whispering into your ears. Listen to me. Listen to me, because here you are moving forward. You are moving forward in your determination. You are moving forward towards your power. You are embracing the essence of you. At your root, 2 Major Arcana cards. Major Arcana cards are not the type of cards that you can mold and shape to your will. They're the cards that mold you, that shape you, that move you forward. And so here, with the Chariot, this is the essence of you. You're moving forward. You are looking at things differently. Chariot here is also rather daring. So you're the rather daring of the water signs, Cancer. You are, the loving, the caring, the compassionate, but also the moving forward, the change, the looking at things differently. You might sit there and say, how could I be the daring one when Scorpio is also a water sign? But here, it is not that you're avant-garde or harder to realize. It's that you're going to push limits a bit more during this time. You're going to push that Chariot to go faster. You're going to take those sharp turns. It's kind of like being a NASCAR racer, all right? And I don't, that's about the extent of what I know about sports right there. So here, there is the sense of pushing things forward, of being able to carry more, of going faster than intended or, anticipated. You might sit there and think, okay, I want to take little steps. But here, during this time, Spirit is pushing you out of that comfort zone and say, no, now it's time to go after the big things. And as you do, you see everything differently. I cannot stress this enough. Your perception of the reality that for which you are walking in is so different than everybody else's that you might feel yourself being a little isolated, which, as Spirit said before, you're going to pull yourself back a bit. You're going to be looking at things a bit differently. So you might not feel that isolation, but you actually might feel it more because you are stepping back. You're pulling away. You need to know something more, and you're looking at something more. And in that understanding, doors are opening that can feel overwhelming because you're moving towards spiritual truth. You're moving towards your psychic development. You're moving towards the existence of I am, and knowing that you are a part of everything. You have a God's head within you. Brahma said that he hides the God's head within man because that is the one place man would never look for it. Yeah, God said in the Bible, I am. and not to get religious on people, but that thing is, I am power. I am everything that you can imagine, and I am more. You are made up of a stardust. The universe flows within your veins. That is astounding. And so as you see things differently, and as you start to realize this, it can make you feel very small. If you feel yourself falling into a loneliness that is too much, okay, which you can very well, make sure you talk to somebody. It can be you talk to a professional on the telephone if you want to, or you go out of the house and you talk to somebody, or you call up a hotline. But make sure in those moments when you feel ungrounded or unrooted, that you have a cornerstone. It can be that you talk to a friend and they can help ground you again. It doesn't have to be a professional. But there is a need to have a touchstone to reality, a touchstone to being grounded, a touchstone to the earth and to yourself. Because as you move forward in that power of your truth, you're going to find that your unique way of seeing things is actually one of your greatest blessings. It's going to make you more profitable. It is going to make you more abundant. It's going to make you more prosperous, because you're able to give something that nobody else is. But at that moment, you're not going to see it as a blessing at all. You're going to see it as rather a curse. And I'm not saying, I don't mean that to be like all dramatic, but that is rather dramatic. But you're going to look at it and be like, oh my gosh, why can't I just fit in like everybody else? And Spirit is saying, because you're not supposed to. That's not why you walk this plane. And you might be angry, you might be overwhelmed. That's okay, because you're moving here to prosperity. You need also to be grounded within yourself, in your soul, and what you want, and what you're developing. Because the Knight of Pentacles is being grounded. It's moving forward in luck. The trunk of the elephant is up. That's lucky. You have, your bounty, your prosperity that you're holding onto, surrounded by your luck and your truth. And as you move forward, you embrace this bounty, you embrace this prosperity. You have a slow and steady move towards the abundance that you want within your life. Right? There is also a connection with an earth sign energy, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn, that moves you forward. But as you defend your prosperity, you're going to see that you face a lot of issues around not thinking that you had the right to be prosperous. Now, this could have been inherited from your family. This could have been inherited from a karmic debt that you carry, or a past life, burden or pattern that you carry. And now you're seeing that once in prosperity, you felt like the outsider looking in. That outsider feeling, that sense of, oh my gosh, am I good enough? Can I move forward the way that I want to? Am I going to be able to achieve what I want to achieve? Is actually going to give you compassion. And it's going to give you a compassion that is going to help you be more marketable, which sounds funny and sounds maybe a little bit callous, but it's not coming across as callous. It's kind of like you're not like everybody else, and that's what's going to make you stand out. It doesn't mean that everybody is going to see it, but it does mean that this is going to set you apart from a lot of other people at work, other people just in general, and you're going to be able to see how this connection with Spirit can move you forward, can move you to the place that you want to be. But this can also mean here connecting with spiritually what you need to develop and where you need to be, because you felt like an outsider from that prosperity, from that wealth, and Spirit is saying now, I have your hand. Walk with me, because you're going to find that you don't need to fight. And that because you're seeing things differently, there is a power and a prosperity that comes to you. And as you move forward, the Wheel of Fortune changes. You enter into a new season. And as you enter into this new season, it feels overwhelming. It feels terrifying. And you have chaos towards it. You're like, oh no, I can't change. I can't change like this. Like, what the heck are you even talking about? The Five of Wands can represent internal chaos, but it can also represent external chaos. Like you have a fight with somebody who is really important to you, or it starts off as something small, like what the heck are you talking about, or I don't understand what you're saying, and then things blow up, or why did you move that, and things blow up. Something small, but it's been building for quite a while. So some of you Cancers will have that moment with the Wheel of Fortune, and it being shown here by the god Anubis, the god of the dead. There is this sense of knowing the wheel of life and knowing, and you have the Horus, the sun god here. So you have night and day coming together. And as you embrace your emotional truth, your feeling, your understanding, as you see the way the tides flow, you understand that each thing has an ending. And you are embracing an ending of an old way of looking at things, of an old self, and you are entering into a new season. Now, your life is doing a 180. This shows a 180 change, but this also shows a new season. So if you are prosperous at the time that you are listening to this, don't think, oh my gosh, I'm going to go through a time where I'm not prosperous. But you might not feel prosperous. You might feel overwhelmed and anxious and, overwrought sometimes. Here, you are moving towards what you desire, and you're seeing things in a new light. Know that you might feel as if you're on a roller coaster ride, the highs, the lows, the lefts, the rights, before you enter into the season that the Wheel of Fortune is bringing you. So this can also be where the chaos comes in. But again, you see your power, you see your truth. And as you embrace that power and truth, because right here, this triangle is all about the solar plexus chakra, trusting in your gut instinct, trusting in your free will. Because as you see this truth, you stop defending. You don't roll over and play dead, but you say, why do I have to defend myself? Why do I have to keep on fighting to prove how good I am, how worthy I am, how prosperous I am or can be? Now it's time to just embrace. Now it's time to say, this is me and I'm not ashamed at all. And you will not have me be ashamed of myself. And by doing so, with the Five of Cups, you've just changed your whole entire outlook on life and yourself and power in general. And it's like, yes, this is me. This is my time. Okay? Let's see what the Spirit Guide Animal cards have to say. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Cancer. Spirit Guide message for Cancer. Spirit Guide's 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 message for Cancer. Show me clearly, 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 show me clearly. Ooh, fantastic. That's where we're going to stop. And I'm just going to lay these out quietly. Okay. I love your heart in this, because at your heart is the Starfish Spirit, and it says open to infinite possibilities. With the moon, with the changing of the seasons, with the changing of the phases of the moon, with the moving past fear and embracing the flow of what you spiritually want, what you personally want, what you emotionally want. You are open to infinite possibilities, and you're going to see doors open for you and doors open to you that you had never expected or anticipated. And then as you move forward, in these infinite possibilities, you have the Lizard Spirit, which says, dream the world into being, instead of fighting, instead of thinking it has to be about might and right and force. You stand your ground, you know your truth, all right? That is the essence of you. But you start dreaming your world into being. You start taking your passion, your creativity, what you desire on this earthly plane, what you desire to create. And Spirit is saying that through your mind, through your determination, you create it. Slowly and steadily. And I know, I was talking to my brother, and I was like, but we put into the vortex what we don't want. And he's like, well, where the heck is my windfall? And I looked at him, and I was like, you're getting your windfall. You are getting what you do want a little bit each and every day. And he's like, it doesn't feel the same. And I had to laugh, because he's right. It doesn't feel the same. It absolutely does not feel the same. You have your ups and your downs, but the downs are so much more apparent. And our highs, we rarely ever get highs that make us feel like, oh my gosh, this is the most magical moment of my whole entire life. We get very, very few of those. And so you can feel as if dreaming your world into existence, dreaming your reality, taking what your heart truly wants and making it what you live is astoundingly hard and astoundingly fruitless at times. And Spirit is saying it's not. It's not. You're getting it little by little, each and every day. You are sculpting, you are creating. Be patient. You are a masterpiece. And a masterpiece takes time to create. You are. It's like a diamond. And I know you're probably rolling your eyes and saying, Dane, not the diamond story again. But a diamond becomes a diamond. It is a piece of coal, right? But it becomes a diamond after it's put under a tremendous amount of pressure for a tremendously long period of time. That pressure is what you put into the vortex. That pressure, that doubt, that fear, that apprehension, that, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Me? You want this from me? Kind of mentality. That's what we put into the vortex, that fear. And as we take that pressure, and as we're forged by it, we become diamonds. And it's true, some do just crumble away. Some don't become diamonds. But that's the difference between why you're on the spiritual path and other people who may not be as awakened as you are, might not be as spiritually in touch, because I do not believe that anybody who listens to my videos, has a really low energy vibration. You're seeking higher, you're seeking more, and that's why you're here. And so here, dream the world into being. Dream your desires into reality. And as you do so, you're going to see things start to change. And you're going to see you start to change. And you've been doing it already, even if you are frustrated with the results, even if divinity is saying, because Spirit is saying, it's my time, it's not your time. And my time, it's not the same as your time. We don't see things the same way. So here, this moves you to the Bobcat Spirit, which says, life is a mystery. If you knew everything that was to come, if you knew, what you were supposed to do or why things were happening this way, it wouldn't be the mystery that it is, which you might enjoy better, but that's not the way the game is played. So here, with the heartbreaks, the pains, the disappointments that I see with the Three of Cups, because that's always how I read the Three of Cups, you embrace the Bobcat Spirit and you say life is a mystery. I don't know why I had to run into these people. Is it something that I've done? You can sit there and you can go, is it? And you might be like, no, it's not. So you might find that it's ancestrally. You might find that it is karmically. You might find that it is from your past life. That you're seeing things and you're like, okay, I understand. Which would be karmic. But here, there is the sense of, as you move forward, you embrace the mystery of it. And you embrace that sometimes you just will not understand. And that's okay. Because you are empowered, you are bountiful, and you move forward in truth. And as you move forward in your truth, you embrace the Dove Spirit, which says, be peace. Fly high. Be peace. Look at things differently. Embrace a new height. It will crown you. It will crown you with grace. And as you look at things differently, as you embrace this peace, you are empowered. And this leads you to the Armadillo Spirit, which says, set healthy boundaries. As you move forward, this is for the essence of you, Cancer. Set healthy boundaries. Because that's the difference between succeeding and achieving, especially as a spiritually advanced person, and being completely drained and worn out. And the healthy boundaries, I can tell you personally, they are astoundingly hard. At least for me personally, they were astoundingly hard and are still astoundingly hard to create. So you might find that this is a challenge for you. Because my Venus is in Cancer. So emotionally, I find this to be challenging. So I wanted to share that this can be a struggle. And don't think that these boundaries, setting up these boundaries and everything like that should be easy. Because you're going to sit there and you're going to want to help people. You're going to want to open up your heart because that's who you are. You are Cancer. And you will find that if you give and give and give without ever giving to yourself and without clearly defining you and your boundaries, it'll just be everybody takes and takes and takes, and you become tired and overwhelmed. So here, be very, very mindful of that. And then we have the Seahorse Spirit, which says it says watch and wait, because the world is opening up to you. Watch and wait. What you're seeing now and what you think, oh my gosh, I'm being so odd, or oh my gosh, why isn't anybody else seeing it the way that I am? What you're seeing now is actually going to be highly beneficial to you. Watch and wait as things evolve, as things move forward. Then we have the Canary Spirit, which says, sing your own song. As you embrace your prosperity, as you move forward slowly and steadily towards the bounty that you want in your life, as you have luck come with you, right? And as you are grounded and stabilized and steadied, right? There's also a sense of singing your own song when you meet people who are really grounded and steady and moving forward. They might want to change you a bit and be like, oh no, do things this way, do things that way. Listen, they might have really valuable advice, but also sing your own song, listen to your truth, and listen to what's right for you. This leads you to the Rabbit Spirit, which says, now is a lucky time. Now is a lucky time, and it will move into generations. And it is going to bring you the prosperity that was broken before. It's going to have you seeing things anew and in a new light for the abundance that your botanical oracle cards, there we go, those are what they are called, are saying here. And it will help you dream the world into being. It will help you forge and shape and construct your reality. And you will watch and wait as things develop. Because here, with the Flamingo Spirit, this is embrace the in-between. So, I mean, there's no more in-between than the god, Anubis. And with the Wheel of Fortune, with the changes, with the seasons, there's that in-between there too. Because you'll have the change of seasons coming in and you'll have that in-between stage. So, as things shift for you, you find yourself a lot of the time in the in-between and being overwhelmed by the in-between. But what you put into you is going to be seen very much by others. Because remember, flamingos are white birds. They turn pink because of the fish they eat. So this is what Spirit is saying here. As you embrace these changes, as you embrace the ebb and flow of life, the energy that you take in is going to be so important. Because it's going to be reflected and it's going to manifest in a very visible way for others. So it's going to be how they react to you, how they see you, and things will start to change. And be prepared for that change. Because for some of you, people who you were once close to, or you once thought, oh, nothing will change with this person, they're going to start to. And you might not be as comfortable with that as you think you would be, or you might just not be comfortable with that. So there is that warning here from Spirit as you embrace the in-between. Don't stop changing, especially if this is right for you, especially because this is right for you. But know that you will meet some resistance, but that it's also going to be very easy for other people to see this change, and it might not be as easy for you to see this change, okay? And then we have the Vulture Spirit, which says nothing is wasted. The battles, the hardships, the doubts, the fears, all the, excuse my language, but crap that you go through in life, none of it is wasted. All of it is building you into the person that you are and who you will need to be. And because of that, it's rather empowering. Because with everything, with everything that happens to us in our lives, unless it is absolutely horrendous, but even then, it can make you a pillar of hope for other people. And so as you embrace your prosperity, as you embrace your truth of self, as you see that nothing about you at all is a waste, at all, period, end of discussion, okay, there's a freedom to you. There's a sense of power that comes. And then you are able to move forward in peace. And because you see that nothing about you is a waste, you are able to know and believe that you move, that you dream the world into existence, that you change the world. You change your world. Your subconscious message from your spirit guide animal cards is the Dolphin Spirit. It says this and that are true. You're going to see that multiple realities are true. You're going to see that there are multiple pathways to take and that people's points, they're valid. But they're not the same, They're looking at the same thing, but they're seeing different perspectives, different ideas. You're jumping over wisdom. You're jumping over deeper understanding. And with the Dolphin Spirit, you are seeing things more clearly, but it can become overwhelming because you're seeing that this is true, and that is true, and you might be thinking, how do I get them together? And sometimes you just can't. You just have to realize that, all right, this is valid, and that is valid, but I'm walking right in between. I'm not choosing any sides. I am embraced by wisdom, and I am doing what is right for me at the moment. Your chakra subconscious message is listening. This is the third chakra. Listening is going to be highly important to you. Truly hearing people, but also truly hearing yourself and Spirit's messages to you during this time. Listen, because the world is opening up to you in a way that you hadn't expected. And then we have your Botanical Oracle cards, which say dream. And this is Golden Puppy. Dream. Believe in your dreams, because your dreams become your world. Your mind, and what is so cool, is that the mind does not know between daydreams, dreams, when you fantasize about things, it doesn't realize that that's not true. So here, use your thoughts, use your dreams to propel your life. Because if you're sitting there and saying, oh my gosh, I'm just going to be worthless, I'm just going to fail, nothing ever good ever happens to me, your mind's going, yeah, I believe that. But if you say, wow, look how resilient I am, look how strong, look how powerful, look how much I have accomplished, look how far I have come, look how I don't let myself be stopped. I am creating my life, and I am, embracing absolute beauty. Your mind goes, oh yeah. And then you start thinking, wow, I have the job that I want. I have the relationship that I want. I have, the kids that I want, or the dog that I want, or the cat that I want, that type of stuff. And your mind goes, oh yeah, I do. And so it starts to come. I mean, I'm not telling you to upgrade anything, leave what is unhappy and change it, unless that is the only option. But there is a sense here of being able to use your thoughts, your mind, and being able to use your dreams. And instead of them being negative and fearful and terrifying, nightmares, you have your dreams be beautiful and prosperous, because your mind starts to believe them, and you start to see yourself moving forward in that truth. Your subconscious message for the whole entire reading is the Three of Pentacles. Now you have a repeat of the number 3. Divinity walks with you. Your spirit guide walks with you. The Three of Pentacles is looking towards your future. It's looking towards the bounty. It's also seeing your ships come in, and seeing the shift that you need to do to bring more bounty into your life. You're also sending out more ships. You're looking at things differently, and you're going to see that prosperity becomes a part of you, and it's a part, very much so, of your subconscious. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. It has been a pleasure to bring this to you from Spirit. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness, and may harmony always be with you. I love you. Bye.